Very good. Hello. R10, Mittens, Neon, hello, hello, hello. I'm counting on the loop stopping. There it went. Wonderful. Hello! Oh, and that's the get up and stretch time. We're not going to listen to it because we just started and I was just up. Welcome. Well, this is a special standby screen. What in the heck? What the heck, Hank? What the heck? Well, that's not supposed to do that. Well, that's a problem for another time. Anywho, hello! You were in Florida? Oh, I'm so sorry. How did you enjoy my home state? I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm terribly sorry. So sorry. But yes, hello. Starting just a smidge early. I kind of wanted to start earlier, but it's fine. I woke up 2 hours ago. We are finishing this game tonight. We must. We will. Because next week I have extended family visiting. They'll be staying in my home. Panama City. Oh. I definitely know where that is off the top of my head. Yup. It's whatever. Anyway, extended family visiting next week. Most of my family sleeps on the other side of the house. Don't worry about them. But the guest bedroom is directly across the hall from my bedroom, and I don't want to be making a ruckus, hooting and hollering. God fucking... Automod grabbed Gaylord. Automod grabbed Gaylord. That's the name of an actual hotel chain. God damn it, Automod. Anywho. But yes. Automod is very sensitive about these things. Honestly, you know what? I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather be safe than sorry. When it comes to things, it's fine. It's whatever. Anywho, next week, 99.9% not going to be a stream. If I do something, I might experiment with like a no mic stream, like just, you know, do something chill and just not talk, which, after tonight, I'm probably gonna need the rest. I'll need the vocal rest. But anywho, yes, probably won't be a stream next week, which means we're finishing this tonight. We're finishing this tonight. You cannot see yet, this is intentional. Oh, hang on, let me... Oh, wow, that looks really fun on stream. Oh. But yes, we're gonna hang out here real quick while I do our recap. Let's see, and here's why. Oh yeah, and if you haven't seen, this is the animation studio thing. Turn off the... Shush. Thank you. No, I said shush. Hi, Viz. How are you? Off. Thank you. Yeah, this is a little animation studio thing they have. You can do like so, and a bit of this, and a bit of that. Objection! Nothing yet. Objection! I was about to do our recap. So cute. Look at him. So cute. Hair pop, eyes closed. Embarrassed hair pop. So adorable. Hi, Vic. I did not know that. Do I have... I do, okay. Sorry. We're here for one very important reason. I thought we'd hang out with Baby Clavier while we did our recap. Let's see. Good. We'll hang out here. Yeah. Objection.lol. That's actually, what I used to do this. Oh good, it's working again. That's what I used to do this. Yeah. That's been around for a while. And, the MGS highlights that I did for the boss, Peace Walker and Phantom Pain have some good Palace Justice bits that I did using that website. It's very good. It's very fun. But they don't have Tragedy of Tragedies. They don't have Baby Clavier here. And they also don't have anything from Dual Destinies or Spirit of Justice because they only have 2D sprites. They can only do 2D sprites. But it's a very good website. Very, very fun. 0 out of 10? Yeah, I know. I wanted to do another one of these screens with Baby Clavier, but alas, they don't have him. Tragic. But yes, God, just... I can't get over his fucking Oakleys. Ugh, the sunglasses are just so stupid. Anywho, parentheses affectionate. Previously on A Palace Justice Queer Attorney. Oh boy. We're off to a great start. Yes, so, we are Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, and gosh, we've just been on a real roller coaster this past in-game year. Our first year as an attorney, who may or may not be Ace. Yes, oh god, did I mention that I woke up 2 hours ago? I'm at the top of my game, truly. Painter, yes, we got a case from our kinda mentor, Phoenix Wright. He's working on reforming the legal system here in Japanifornia. And he's working on switching us over to a jurist system. What with a jury and such, which is just wild, absolutely unheard of. And he's running a simulation, you see. He's running a simulation, except it's actually a very real court case. And, he has tasked us with being the defense attorney, and he gave us 1 day to prepare, which is super nice of him. Sorry, 1 sec. I need to grab something real quick. We're good. And the case is a nice fresh murder trial. Fresh, hot off the presses. A nice fresh body. There's a painter by the name of Drew Misham. The suspect in the case was his daughter, Vera Misham. The two of them were famously reclusive, didn't really leave their studio at all, ever, for anything. But on the night of his death, Mr. Drew Misham invited a reporter in to give an interview, his first ever interview, and what would turn out to be his last, because he consumed a deadly poison called atraquinine, and died right there. We'll get to that. Hang on. I'm sorry, but he's actually the snapping is actually distracting me. The power of ADHD. Okay, just stand still, please. Right, yes. So, Vera's a suspect because she's the only other person who lives there other than this totally unrelated reporter. So it must have been her, surely. Come to find out that he was actually poisoned. He actually died from a poisoned postage stamp. The poison was mixed into the glue on the back of the stamp, and when he licked the stamp to activate the glue, you see, kids, we used to have to lick postage stamps in order to activate glue on the back. They weren't just stickers, it was glue. So, and if you don't know what a postage stamp is, I can't help you. Yes, poison postage stamp. And it turns out this postage stamp was from 7 years ago. They received it from the client who requested a forgery. I didn't mention. He did forgeries, except it wasn't actually him. It was just him using his name because Vera, his daughter Vera, is a fucking prodigy at making stuff. And so she was the one doing all the forgeries and such. Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna be so great. I'm already just, I'm waking up. I'm waking up. Okay. So, yes, good. Her first client who asked her to do something other than a painting, gave her that postage stamp, and she kept it because it depicts her favorite magicians, the Gramarys. Oh god, it's all so complicated. Oh god, I want to skip the recap, but whatever. She bites her nails, and we found this out, and then she passed out in the middle of court after telling us that her client was the devil. And then we go back in time to 7 years ago to see Phoenix Wright's final trial. No, I just woke up. In which he presented the evidence that Vera made, and little baby Clavier here caught him out on it because someone sent in an anonymous tip to the prosecutor's office that Phoenix Wright would be presenting forged evidence at the trial of Valent Grammarly. Valent Grammarly, who is Trucy's father, and now we're in a computer. And now you're caught up. Congratulations. Anyway, let's go. I should probably... hang on. Where did... There. Not my best recap, but it'll do. But yeah, see, we're in a computer. And we finished up all the stuff from the past, which means we are now firmly rooted in the present, and we have things to do, people to speak to. We had just unlocked Drew's studio in the Sunshine Coliseum. So let's go there. Whee! Present day, Drew studio. Oh god, no. Oh, what a terrible day to start the... What a horrible night for a curse. Ah, well, what do we have here? Remember me? Of course I remember you. Journalist meets ex-attorney in bar. End quote. Can I ask what you're doing here? Mr. Misham was poisoned, and his daughters... Oh, yes, I know. Oh, how I know, yes. It's caused me no end of grief, to be honest. Journalist wishes he'd tracked down case just a little quicker. End quote. Were you on the trail of this case the whole time? Zach Gramery was a good friend. Zach said something to that effect back at the Borscht Bowl Club. What a character, what a man! If a little, no, a lot, no, extremely rough around the edges. Do you think I could ask you a few questions? Oh, you serious? I mean, I'm usually the interviewer, not the interviewee. Honk honk. Journalists ask questions, not other way around. End quote. No, this man hasn't killed anyone that we know of. Fine, shoot, I don't care. People have been asking me all sorts of things lately. Oh god, I hate you. Okay, I'm gonna come back to you. I need to warm up first. I can't deal with you right now. Ugh, present day Sunshine Coliseum. Oh good. Oh boy, oh, they have similar voices. I gave them similar voices. Well, this is the blast from the distant past. Long time no see, Mr. Valent. 7 years has it been? Frankly, I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Actually, I came because there's something I want to ask you. I've spoken to the press. I have nothing more to say. I've spoken to a lot of people myself and come to some conclusions. But then I realized I needed to hear it from you. Hey, how's it going? I can't present my badge. I've walked a difficult road these past 7 years. Because you couldn't perform Magnify's repertoire. Do not be deceived! Valent's skill is the real deal. I do not require my mentor's hand-me-downs. No, it was my partner who slowed me on my way. Zach Gramery. His rather well-performed disappearing act 7 years ago was the end. Or so I thought. Zach Gramery murdered our mentor and fled to escape punishment for his crime. You said something to that effect 7 years ago, didn't you? I remember it as if it were only yesterday. Yet that was not the way of it, in the end. But while he had vanished, the suspicions upon my own person never did. His partner Zach vanished to protect him. That's what those thieving magpies of a press said. I had no idea. Yet that very same press comes to me now, feigning interest. They cover the greatest magic show in history as if it were a vaudevillian distraction. And here must I stand, smiling at them all. What am I, if not a player in some fiendish farce? Might I suggest it's because you never made it clear what happened? Magnify's death is still a mystery to this day. Which is why I came here to get the answer from you. Yay! I knew I'd be seeing these sooner or later. The audience has no business stepping upon the stage. They must be content to sit and stare at the spotlight. It sounds an awful lot like something I heard 7 years ago. Get my guitar, my batch. Magnify's death. Ask what you will, you'll get nothing from me. I'm as much a part of this affair as you are now. I have to know what happened. For 7 long years, I have endured. Now finally the curtain lifts on my new golden age. All the miracles of our troupe within my grasp. Sorry to do this, Valent, but right now I need answers. I think I'll start by dropping a bomb. That should shake things up. Valent, I wouldn't be so sure about those miracles. Not as long as I have this! And what might that be? I see it bears the Gramery seal. I should have brought this to your attention sooner. But I didn't imagine you'd be planning your comeback quite so fast. What is this? A document showing the true recipient of the performance rights to Magnify's miracles. What? Zach Gramery. He wrote this? What? He passed everything to his daughter? Trucy Enigmar. Actually, she's officially my daughter these days. Preposterous. Zach is gone, vanished into the void. This is the genuine article. Zach was alive when he wrote this. Both myself and the notary can testify to this. Ah! Oh, he only has one rabbit and one dove now. He used to have so many more. Why? Why does fate toy with me so? Why must my life be lived in thrall to the dead? You're not the only one with that problem. But he shot Magnify. Yes, it was Zach. It was. And then he left, and my career as a magician fell into darkness. Did you think there might be some way out of it? Say, if you could prove Zach Gramarye shot Magnify? Was that why you testified? Yes, my way out. It should have been my way out. Well, it might not be too late, Mr. Valent. All you need is a way to prove your case. Who really killed Magnify Gramarye? Who really killed Magnify Gramarye? Was it somehow Kristoff? Was it somehow Kristoff? I know this man is a psychopath, but did he? Is it? Did somehow? Did? Then who was phone? It was Thalassa. It was Thalassa Gramarye. It was Mr. Hat. I gotta go. I don't think I have. No. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back for you. Let me just throw some shit at you real quick. Let me go look at this, Mr. Valent. For forgiveness, I beg. Valent is eyes, not but the preparation for a show. And the balloon seller. Yeah. The balloon guy. I'm just gonna throw things at you. Just for funsies. You never know, you know? I still have all these documents and shit from 7 years ago, you know? Just sitting in my pocket. Hanging out. Don't mind me. I'm just being thorough, sir. Smoky smoky. Oh god, alright, here we fucking go. It was tragic what happened to Drew Misham and his daughter. Forgery is a serious crime and they paid the price. You know what really did them in though, didn't you? Yes, a forged diary page. The night I interviewed him, I found out something about Mr. Misham I hadn't known. What's that? You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Every day for 7 years. Walls have ears, potatoes have eyes. End quote. Being watched. You mean he felt guilty? No, I'm not talking about feelings here. You know, I felt watched too. The whole time I've been on this case, no less. Journalist gets tingling sensation on back of neck, freaks out. End quote. Because you felt guilty? Why would I feel guilty? You felt like you were being watched, huh? Wonder what it all means. Oh yeah. Drew Misham felt like he was being watched. And you along with him. You sure it wasn't just nerves? Nerves? No, it's nothing so mundane. I stopped paying attention to my nerves a long time ago. But I felt it too. Journalist sure he's being watched. End quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gramarye got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? He completely vanishes from the courtroom. Then, for 7 years, he talks to no one, not a soul. Then, just as the remaining time is almost up, he contacts me in order to have this made. And then, he dies. Stop defiling your glasses, sir. Starting to put the pieces together, are we? And you were being watched this whole time. Maybe not just me. Maybe you were too. Me? I met Zach through that case, actually. You mean the shooting of Magnifi-Grammary? No, before that. It's not widely known. You mean the accident during the quick draw shooting practice. My, you're well informed. You should have seen me back then. I dug up quite the scoop. I wanted it all. Money, fame, women, a little puppy, all for me. I was younger then, and my days and nights smelled of fresher mint than they do now. Magnifi-Grammary did mention one particularly nosy reporter. In fact, I was on close speaking terms with Magnifi-Grammary at the time. I knew his daughter too, of course. Thalassa, was it? Really? Then Thalassa disappeared, quite suddenly at that. And Magnifi wouldn't say a word about it. Yeah, my evil habit got the better of me. Journalist catches scent of a scoop, goes on feeding frenzy. End quote. I set up a one-on-one interview with Thalassa's husband, see? Zach Grammary. Something strange was in the air over at Troop Grammary in those days. The whole screwy mentor to controlling disciples scene had started by then, I'm guessing. Thalassa, she was part of it all, right? Come on, you can tell me, off the record, he says, actively writing. Sorry, I don't know. Anyway, I kept prying and eventually became friends with Zach. Sure, he punched me once or twice, or 5 times, but over time he came to see me as his confidant. Uh-huh. He's been waiting this whole time. 7 years, eh? Waiting. For his big comeback, of course. A big revival of the Magnifi miracle. Of course, it was all a dream. Because of this. The performance rights. In the absence of any official documents, he was golden. Who's to say the old man didn't give his rights to both Zach and Valent? He did, kind of. So Valent waited until Zach died, legally at least. Time finally comes and Valent's like a kid on Christmas morning. He's getting ready for his show at the Sunshine Coliseum, you know. If that document sees the legal light of day, it's gonna put a bit of a damper on the big show. He's a sorry one, that Valent Grammary. Lost out to his partner at work, and in love, too. Ah, love. It's the same old story, really. 2 disciples and their mentor's only daughter. What has 3 sides and all of them pointy? A love triangle. That is pretty classic. When you're in a performing troupe, that's your world. It's like family. One with an entire high school's worth of drama, intrigue, and backstabbing. And in the middle of all this, Thalassa has Trucy. And then she dies. I need to find out more about this Thalassa. Do you know this person? Do I know that person? Of course! I was friends with Zach after all. He hit me a few times. 5 times, actually. But still, I'd never forget his wife. Thalassa Grammary. Magnifi-Grammary's only daughter. Do you think you could tell me more about her? Well, why the heck not? Yeah, okay, that was easy enough. So, Thalassa married Zach and had Trucy, see? It was her second marriage, actually. You mean she was divorced? I hadn't heard this one before. Not quite. Her late husband was a performer, too. Apparently, he died during some gig. Tragic, really. They had only been married 1 year. I didn't know. Ah, but she was a beauty. I still carry a portrait photo of her around, you know. Oh, hey, that's the same picture. Nice bracelets. I've known Trucy since she was a little thing, too. She got the better deal, really. She's got you for family, after all. What do you mean? Just reminiscing, you know. Thalassa has another child besides Trucy. End quote. Chua? Hi, Raph. How are you? Also, I don't know. I think it's meant to be a Quill, because he's a reporter, but, this guy's a weird guy. Sorry. But Trucy said she was an only child. Ah, yes, this one she had with her previous husband. Her previous husband? Her first husband who died during a performance. Yep, they had themselves a kid. Another orphan now. That's another one who slipped through the cracks. No idea where they are now. Thalassa had another child. Do you think I could borrow that photo? Yeah, no, he's awful, Wrath. Don't listen to R10's slander. He's awful. Sure, I can be generous on occasion, you know? Last portrait, added to court record. I won't need this locket anymore. Better return it to Trucy before I forget. People and events all get tangled together and bigger. Don't you think? I was too busy wondering about bigger to listen to what you were saying. Sometimes you just gotta accept that you won't be able to untangle it all, I think. Maybe so, but still. I have to do what I can. And I have to tell what I find to those who come next. Next, you say? I'm not the one who will close the curtain on this little play. Apparently, that's not my role anymore. Magnify? I was just wondering what Magnify would think of all this. What do you mean? Haven't you seen it in Trucy? She's got his power. You mean how I can't lie to Trucy? It was the same with Magnify. And with his daughter, Thalassa. It's a strange thing. You think it's some grammary gene? Magnify told me once, back when Zack married Thalassa. He said Zack had good eyes. But not good like a Grammary's eyes. Not that good. I wonder if Zack ever played a game of poker with his wife. Who knows what the Grammary secret was? Maybe nobody, now that Zack's gone. Zack Grammary. The plot had finally begun to reveal itself. It sprouted from a warp in the Grammary fabric and grew, swallowing everything, wrapping itself around the Grammary's power. A power which passed from Magnify Grammary to Thalassa to the next generation. And I would once again need to meet the one who bridged it all together. Oh, thank God we're done talking to him. No, I think that's their way of telling me to go back here. Let me just... Yeah, those are some nice bracelets, huh? Real, very, distinct. Anywho, hello, sir, how are you? Grammary secret, huh? Okay, what all did we need for this? It's power. Why you don't want to talk about her? Because she's dead? 3 of you were a team once. Not that the entire country doesn't already know this. Brr. 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 Bridge. At your peak, you were the biggest stars around. Yet, there's another story behind the fame. One that not many know. Bracelets. Ah. Gotcha. Thalassa lost her life during a rehearsal. To you and Valiant Grammary's bullets. It was an accident. It wasn't me. How could I shoot my dear Thalassa? I'm sure Valiant would say the same thing. Why, it's just like another murder I might mention. Damn you. Her eyes. I loved Thalassa's eyes. To think they could read my mind was frightening. Yet there was a warmth in them that felt like an embrace. She is dead, and Magnifi Gramarye has joined her. So the only one with her power left now is Trucy. Mr. Zack? I do not know. I don't need any power to see through that one, buddy. So there's someone else, someone other than Trucy. Someone who inherited Thalassa's power. Ha! How would I know? My chances are slim. It would take a miracle to learn the truth. Or maybe one has already occurred. There is someone else with the power, and I know who. Take that. This boy. His name is... I forget. Something weird. Who could he be? An attorney. Attorney? I noticed him when I went to visit a friend's law offices. So what are we to make of this, oh great ex-attorney? You can show me pictures of strange boys all you like. But you could at least say something like, I'm this boy. I could use a laugh. Perhaps you wouldn't laugh if you knew the facts. This might not be 100% proof, but it's close. There's a link between this boy and Thalassa. Actually, it's more of a ring. A ring? Perhaps this will refresh your memory. I just so happen to have evidence showing this missing link. Missing link, ooh. Actually, I know something. Your marriage to Thalassa was her second. How did you know this? Her first husband. He died a year after they were wed, yes? He was a performer. They met when he joined us Gramaryes as a guest in our show. After Thalassa wed him, she left the troupe for a while. And you say she had a child then? I have a photograph of her here. I couldn't help but notice what she was wearing when I first saw this. Those bracelets stand out. They are a Gramarye family heirloom. This boy wears a bracelet just like the ones in the picture. What? So, that's why. Why what, Mr. Zack? I took this photograph of Thalassa before she left us. When she returned, she wore only one bracelet. I bet I know where that other one went. She gave it to this boy, her son. Then why did... Did she not bring him with her when she went back to the troupe after her husband died? Was she just like, well, I guess that whole year was a waste of my time anyway. Bye. Goodbye, my son. Oh, okay. Sweet. 2-for-1 special. I don't... Okay. Alright. This strange power. I myself do not know from where it comes. Yet the fact is that it is passed down the Gramarye line. It runs in their veins. What is it? I asked her, Thalassa, once. This is what she told me. Her power responds to tension in others. Tension. If she were to face a person and they became tense, even slightly, then she would know, no matter how hard they tried to hide it from her. So she could see it. Not quite. This is the strangest part of it all. She wouldn't realize that she was subconsciously detecting this tension. Without the use of a particular object, or in her case, objects. Objects. Wait, were they something she wore? You can just say they're the bracelets. Yes, her bracelets. I admit the first time I saw one of those, I felt there was more to it than just fashion. But what kind of power could a bracelet have? Badges. I've made a decision. I will tell you all I know. Consider it a gift. Hey, thanks. Oh boy. Well, I hardly need you to tell me at this point, but those two are brother and sister, yes, half-siblings. And the brother, too, has this power of theirs. But Trucy has an older brother. I wonder what will come of that. Mr. Wright, tonight, after our game is done, I will return to a life of hiding. I would not see her live her life without knowing. I understand. I'll tell the two of them when the time is right. I am in your debt, once again. No kidding. What I want to know is how all this got to be so messed up. Those bracelets are made of a special alloy. It is said to It's just like my Japanese animes. It is said to expand and shrink very slightly in response to body warmth. So they're temperature sensitive or something. Yes. This is how they can shrink to the exact size of their wearer's wrist. You know what? That is just like my Japanese animes. And this has something to do with the power. What have I told you? The grammary power reacts to tension in others. When a grammary senses tension, they too become tense. And this tension translates into minute contractions of the muscles. So minute they cannot sense it on their own. They are mood rings. They just need to change colors. Muscles. Oh, so that's what the bracelets are for. With a bracelet on, one can sense these contractions, because the bracelet is always a perfect fit. Oh, so when the person they're watching gets tense, the bracelet feels tighter on their wrist. Oh, that's fun. Precisely. But that alone doesn't really count as mind reading. I believe I understand how the process works from there. It's a simple question of eyesight. Eyesight? I guess that sounds simple enough. Have you ever heard of kinetic vision? No. Something about the ability to see moving objects with full clarity, right? I've heard of it before. They say athletes can see a moving ball like it was stopped, if they focus. Oh, but it's not confined to sports alone. It all relies on the ability to focus. When we focus, we can see many things. Gosh, imagine what that's like. Being able to focus. Wild. The faintest twitch of the face, and the meaning that lies beneath it. Therein lies one of the secrets of magic. One must know the mind of a crowd before one may distract it. So basically what you're saying is, the Grammarys can see really well. For them, seeing is more than believing, it is knowing. Their power relies on eyesight combined with exceptional focus. Things are starting to come into focus for me, too. Of course, it is difficult to maintain such levels of focus for any length of time. But what if someone could tell you when to focus? Or something. Precisely. But wait, Trucy doesn't have any bracelets. You're talking about poker, yes? Timing of when to focus is so elementary, she probably does it without thinking. I doubt Trucy herself has realized this. That is all I know of things grammary. Thank you, Mr. Zack. If this boy's bracelet is the real thing, then he will use it before long, thereby awakening his power. I'll keep that in mind. Well, shall we play a game? I've said so much. Let me say one more thing. That's true, she does have Mr. Hat. I will tell you of that night. That night. Mr. Hat whispers in her ear. This man's lying, Trucy. Thank you, Mr. Hat. The night my mentor, Magnifi Grammary, passed from this world to the next. Chua? There were 2 pistols and 2 letters sent. This was Magnifi's test. Test? In his last years, Magnifi Grammary worked us to the bone. No, to the pain. To the pain. But that night, I could not shoot him. So I shot the clown's forehead instead. This, it seems, was the correct answer. Take this. I give my art to you, Zack. What? It is thanks for playing along with my show. You shot well tonight, Zack. Though I would not have minded dying by your hand. How could I shoot you? You're my mentor. Bah, I thought you might say that. If I went home without shooting anything, what would you have done then? Then, of course, I would have given Valent his chance. And if I had shot you in the forehead instead, then it would be over. If you or Valent were to shoot me in the head, then I to the darkness would go, and my art with me. A fitting end, don't you think? Ah, yet this ending too gives me no cause for regret. I thank you, Zack. And I am sorry. I have done much that was wrong in my day. It seems to me that Magnifi wanted you to be his successor all along. That's why the time he gave you was earlier than Valent's. Perhaps, but it is not something we will ever know for sure now. I wonder, what is Valent up to these days? Waiting for you to die. If 7 years pass like this, the performance rights go to him. Ah, and now here I am, and his dream is ended. It's worse than that, actually. Public opinion's a fickle thing, you know. What? You don't mean to tell me they've put the blame for our mentor's death on him? The trial ended when you vanished, Mr. Zack. There were even rumors that Valent had helped you pull it off. But that's madness! Well, it seems that before I can once again disappear from this world, I have one more act to perform. Isn't it odd that sorting out my life should prove so complicated, even though I'm dead? Bye, Slim Shady. That night, Zack Gramarye was killed. He died as Slim Shady, a mysterious traveler with a secret past. But he left one thing behind before he parted. This. It's a confession, to use as I saw fit. To whom it may concern, 7 years past, I, Zack Gramarye, murdered my mentor, Magnifi Gramarye. I apologize for the trouble caused by my sudden departure from court and hereby confess to my crime, Zack Gramarye. Alright. Of course, he'd killed no one. This was his way of tying up loose ends with his old partner, Valent Gramarye. Zack's confession. Ah, and then we... Okay. Bow! Whee! I have this! Blam! Ah! Why, it was Zack, of course. I believe I have the answer to your prayers right here. Zack Gramarye wrote one more thing before passing on. But this is a confession, in which he admits to the killing of Magnifi Gramarye. See? All according to your plan. I am a magician by trade. Deception is my life's work. I fool the audience, give them a fleeting dream. Yet it seems the tables have turned. Now I am the audience, believing in the deceptions I have wrought upon myself. Zack wrote this right in front of me, after I explained your situation to him. Alakazam, OMG! harassed an old man. Well, I shouldn't call him an old man. I shouldn't call him an old man. I'm sorry. He's 44. He's not that old. Terribly sorry. He's older than he was the last time we saw him, so whatever. You do know that this confession is nothing but lies? Yes, it's my opinion that Zach Gramery killed no one. Then you must be thinking the truth is a simple matter of elimination. Two received instructions to kill, but if one is innocent, then the one who remains is guilty. That would be the logical conclusion, yes? So he vanished to protect me, his partner. Ha 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 ha! Stirring tale, 'tis true. Did you shoot Magnifi Gramery in the forehead? If I had, and I told you, what would you do? Run to the police, perchance? Do as you will. There is nothing left for me now. It is true, after all. I have little talent. I needed my mentor Magnifi's repertoire. It was as if a little demon grabbed a hold of me. I knew it. So Valet Gramery did kill the great Magnifi. So sorry, Mr. Wright. But it was not I who shot my mentor. Wait, what? But if it wasn't you, then who was it? There wasn't another disciple, was there? Another disciple, such as? I don't know. Knack and talent Gramery, maybe? Your wild fancies couldn't be further from the truth. Only Zack and Valent received those threatening letters. But there was another. One more person could have fired that pistol that night. I don't suppose you've figured it out by now. If it wasn't Zack or Valent who shot Magnifi, then it had to be the only other person at the scene, which means... Wait, you don't mean... Yes, the great Magnifi Gramery himself. Ah. So Magnifi Gramery committed suicide. You find it hard to believe. Can't believe it was true, see? And to think she was only 7 years old at the time. Already such a fantastic shot. To be honest, I hadn't even imagined it as a possibility. When I arrived that night, the old man was still alive. He appeared to be asleep. I could not shoot him. But when I turned and made to leave the room, the old man called out to me. So you spoke with Magnifi Gramery? Yes, and this is why I knew what he had done. Magnifi transferred the rights to his repertoire to my partner, Zack Gramery, not me. I see. Then I guess I owe you an apology. I always thought you were the one who did it. Me too. You owe me no apology. Huh? My crime was, in a way, more serious than that of murder. What do you mean? Your crime? Is Valet Gramery confessing something to me? Oh my god, he loves us. This is a confession. What could be more serious than murder? You see, I knew that 2 letters had been sent. There are no secrets between partners. It was easy to find out. That was when I understood Magnifi's plan. He wanted to die by one of your hands. Little did I expect it had anything to do with the rights to his repertoire. That was when I heard it. The little demon whispering inside my heart. The demon? Let me confess, I had intended to shoot Magnifi. And I planned on framing my partner for the crime. What? That night, I prepared something before going to Magnifi's hospital room. Which was... IV fluid, of course. I'd seen it on an earlier visit. If Zack did not shoot, I would do the deed. Then, I would use the IV liquid to place the murder on his hands. That was my plan. But you didn't shoot him. I could not. The demon in my heart fled when the moment came. But then Magnifi called me back. I am sorry, Valet. I am giving my magic to Zack, not you. You still lack the draw he has. Please, help him if you can. I left the room, and then I stopped. The shock of what I had just been told consumed me. That is when I heard that fateful gunshot. Magnifique Grammary killing himself. Then the demon awoke anew within me. Zack killed him. He was the one. Frame him, and the magic will be yours. I altered the scene of his suicide. I took the pistol from his hand, wiped off the prints. Then I used the syringe to add the IV liquid I'd brought. So in the end, things happened pretty much as planned. Magnifique died and you framed Zack for his murder. As planned indeed. Of course, the outcome was somewhat different than I had anticipated. Well, what do you think? Do you believe my story? Can it be believed, truly? That was 7 years ago. I don't know what to believe, but... Yes? I'm glad I heard it from you, Mr. Valent. Thank you. It is I who should be thanking you, Mr. Wright. Only when I had lost everything could I make my decision. You're gonna turn yourself in? My partner may have vanished, but not so my guilt. And as my guilt stays, all else begins to leave me. My friends, my performance rights, my magic. I've had enough of vanishing acts. I understand. I thought my life was ruled by a dead man. But I find I was wrong. For Zack Grammary was alive. Well, not anymore. And now it occurs to me. What if he was not the only one who survived? What do you mean? You see, now that I think about it, I realize that we never saw proof of her demise. We never saw her body. Her? The mind races and the mouth flaps on. My apologies. Forget this matter. I can only hope that the day will come when I again meet my partner, Zack Grammary. Then, I shall apologize for my terrible mistake. I am glad we had this chance to talk. Thank you. Well, I have bad news. Zack Grammary, Slim Shady, whichever name you prefer, he's no longer with us. The truth revealed in that trial was only a sliver, and the impenetrable darkness that remained has taken another life. I knew what I'd have to do to push back the darkness for good, and it would involve paying that man a visit. Oh boy. There's only one place left to go. But what can we even do there? Sorry, sir. Prisoner Christoph Gavin is currently occupied. I see. Do you know when he'll be finished? Well... Could you go find out? Certainly, sir. Please wait here a moment. Read his mail, read his mail, read his mail. My apologies to the guard, but there's something I need to see. Read his mail, read his mail. Hang on, wait. It's important. Knowledge of flower names includes sunflowers, tulips, and that's about it. Or so I always thought, but now I see I was wrong. I know that this is a rose, I think. Good, thank you. Hang on, no, this is important. This is really important. That chair is just screaming to be sat in, and if I sat, I'd probably fall asleep. And have very expensive dreams. Apparently, Gavin brought everything in here with him when he came. All the things in here are more valuable than what I have in my office. I'll admit I'm a bit jealous, but I shouldn't be. I mean, it's still a prison. It sure is. Read his mail. Read his mail. There it is. The yellow envelope. And the sender is Drew Misham. I was right. When I arrived at the studio, Mr. Misham was at his desk. He seemed to be writing a letter, but he quickly sealed the envelope. It was a yellow envelope. I heard it was left at the crime scene. If this is the last letter that Drew Misham wrote, then there's something I need to do. Last thing I need to do, in fact. Steal it! Here goes. Let's see if this atroquinine spray finds anything. Oh boy! Like a light bulb. So this was Drew Misham's messenger of death. It was this stamp, all right, no mistaking it. And his last letter was sent to Christoph Gavin. Except it seems to read David Krauser? David something. David Krugel. David something. Anyway, get up and stretch, everybody. You're so right, R10. It does say that. The interview request came like you said it would, and they're looking into the case. I swear on my life I won't tell them about you, so please release the spell you've put on my daughter. I'll write later with a report, Drew Misham. Gotcha. And a court record. Finally, decisive evidence. What's this? A burglar in jail. Gavin! I didn't know you moonlighted in larceny, right? Gavin, there's something I have to ask you. Can I steal your stuff? The answer is no. My apologies, but there's not much I care to discuss. Vera Misham hasn't received her verdict yet. You follow me, Gavin? There are no known survivors of atroquinine poisoning. But it never hurts to hope. Alright, fuck you. Okay, I'll be leaving now then. Right. Wait. Oh, I see. I get it now. You were like, oh gosh, it never hurts to hope. I see. Oh, as in, oh, like, hope she gets better. Uh-huh. Sure. Yeah, Gavin? Would you mind leaving that letter? It's private. Oh, sorry. Forgot I had it. Many thanks. Enhance! The fucking fisheye was very good. Oh, shit! Excellent. We've now seen all the clues in this case. Clues I gathered over 7 long years. Now, it is time. Every story has an ending. We've come to the final chapter, the final trial. Find the truth. You're the only ones who can. Who, me? To be continued. Who, me? Oh boy. Let's go! Welcome to court. 7 years, all leading to one verdict. A verdict which you must decide. Is the defendant Vera Misham innocent or guilty? The courtroom doors are opening. The trial awaits. Are you ready to begin? Away we go. Something inside me. Rising. Surfacing. Something important. Lost long ago. It's close now. So close. October 9th, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3. Court is now in session for the trial of Vera Misham. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh my god, hi Clavier, how are you? Prosecution's ready to rock. Prosecutor Gavin, how is the defendant, Vera Misham's condition? Acute atroquinine poisoning, according to her physician. She could die at any time. Thus, her absence from the courtroom today. What? They can't put her on trial without her being here. It is unusual. You should wait for her to get better and do it then. It's so bureaucratic of them. That's being a little harsh. They can't delay the trial any longer, or they risk having no one left to try. A trial without a verdict can only cause grief. The records of this case and experience tell us this. Apologies to the defendant, but the show must go on. Right. If Vera dies, the trial will be cancelled. I'm not gonna let that happen. Mr. Wright told me everything that's been going on behind the curtain all these years. I'm gonna get Vera her innocent verdict while there's still time. Very well. Your opening statement, Prosecutor Gavin. The prosecution's case is unchanged by recent events. Why did Vera Misham succumb to poison? Because she couldn't live with the guilt of what she'd done. Objection! But Vera was poisoned with atroquinine, the exact same poison that took her father's life. What better confession could you ask for? Being the killer, she would have had access to the poison. Significant since it's rather hard to come by. That is true. In other words, I see no need for further discussion. We could have had our verdict yesterday. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no objections, I see no reason to postpone a verdict. Are you telling me that you're okay with just coming in here, saying hello, being like, yeah, the defendant's not here because she's dying. Anyway, bang bang, time for a verdict. 10 minutes in and out. Fuck you. What we need to worry about isn't the verdict, but the trial itself. The defense holds that Vera Misham is the victim, not the killer. If that's so, then you have to prove something. She was in court giving her testimony before us. Then she fucking died. How do you propose her killer poisoned her? Oh, and incidentally, it would be nice if you told us who her mystery killer was. Oh, I have both of those answers, and you're not gonna like them, honey. The prosecution's objection is sustained. I ask the defense to prove its claims to this court. Tell us how Vera Misham was poisoned. I'm just gonna real quick, just for safety. We'll be fine, but I just want to be safe. I've got two things to prove here. Who did it and how? Which to hit first? Oh, let's go with the how, just for fun. How did the killer poison Vera Misham? I will focus first on the method used. Any comments before we begin, Prosecutor Gavin? Not a bottle or container of the poison was found on the defendant's body. I see. So the vector of poisoning is unknown. Is the defense prepared to prove how the poison reached Vera Misham? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. What method was used to poison Vera Misham? Oh my god, a badge! I have my badge again! Yay! Because we're Apollo and not Phoenix. That is true. Take that. Take that! What's this? My, what a beautiful bottle. Badge Coon. I'd like to give whoever designed that a hand. Shut the fuck up, Your Honor. Is that nail polish? It's colorless. Ah. Something the matter? No, nothing. Nothing at all. So the killer put poison in this bottle and made her drink it? As Prosecutor Gavin has told us, this is nail polish. Nail polish. It's like paint for nails. Know any women with red nails? Ah, my wife has red nails. I see. So she's been painting them all this time. Let's recall yesterday's trial. We're just gonna move on. Remember when Vera was testifying to the court? The ultimate betrayal. My wife has been painting her fingernails. Ba-da-ba-ba! Court is now back in session. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Whenever Vera became nervous, she had a habit of biting her nails. Her nails. Ah! Prosecutor Gavin, when the prosecution had Vera examined, did they check her nails? Bailiff, have them check the defendant's nails at once! Mr. Justice? Yes? Do you know who did this? Oh, I sure do. Do you know who put poison in that nail polish? Yes. That bottle belongs to Vera Misham. Why do you ask? Know someone else who might have a bottle like this? No, just checking. Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Mr. Justice, you're about to accuse someone of poisoning that bottle of nail polish. Please dispense with the chatter. You realize the weight of this accusation. Here, let me show you. It's 2! Understood, Your Honor. No problemo. I know what I'm doing this time. Then let us ask. Who poisoned Vera Misham via her nail polish? Oh good, he's the first option. You don't have to scroll or anything. Take that. What's this? Christoph Gavin. Objection! What's your game? My bro. There's no way he could do a thing like that. You should know that better than anyone else. Indeed. He is behind bars. I know, he wasn't 7 years ago. However, that doesn't mean it was impossible to do what he did. What? Ask yourselves when he put the poison in the bottle. It could have been yesterday. It could have been a month ago. Maybe it was a year ago. Or perhaps it was 7 years ago. But Christoph Gavin had no motive for killing this poor girl. It's simply inconceivable. Prosecutor Gavin doesn't seem to think so. Oh, honey. That face tells me one thing. Christoph Gavin's own younger brother doesn't find it inconceivable at all. Oh, honey. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, if you feel there is a clear and pressing need, then we may have to summon Christoph Gavin from jail as a special witness. Fine. I've known for some time that an impenetrable darkness lurked at the bottom of this. A darkness that has swallowed even myself. Oh, honey. Okay, the defense's wish is granted. Let prisoner Christoph Gavin take the stand. This feels like there should be a conflict of interest here. Like maybe Clavier should not be here anymore. It's fine. We don't have time to get another prosecutor. Bailiff, begin proceedings to call a special witness. The witness is Christoph Gavin, currently residing in solitary cell 13 at Central Prison. We don't have time to get a new prosecutor. There's no time. Oh god, oh he's so scary. Ugh. Ah, Your Honor, how nice to see you again. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? It's not every day I'm summoned from my solitary cell. In fact, it's never. I think you already know Mr. Christoph Gavin. Ah, Mr. Justice. I hear you've been doing quite well for yourself. Why do I feel like somehow he's still my boss? Stiff upper lip, Apollo. You can do it! Does this bottle look familiar? Ariadone nail polish. Why, yes, I use it myself. As did the late defendant, I hear. She's not dead yet, motherfucker. God, you know, part of me wants to say yes, but God, he's too clean. He's too clean. This man, every time he needs to, see me, whenever I have like a smudge or something on my glasses, I just grab a microfiber cloth and give it a little 1-2. This man, every time there's a tiny speck of dust on his glasses, he does the whole routine. He gets the fucking spray, he polishes every fucking inch of those glasses. Every inch, every tiny little nook and cranny. For the smallest mite of dust on his glasses. Tell me I'm wrong, you can't. She's not dead yet. And, was there something concerning this bottle you wish to ask me about? That I will believe, yes. I admit I respect her for her taste in nail polish. Her taste, indeed. This nail polish was how Veramisham was poisoned. Atroquinine, was it? You're well informed about the case, Mr. Gavin. Even in solitary, much comes to my desk, and I have nothing to do but read. Well, Clavier. Oh, honey. Oh, no. Oh, baby, no. Maybe you can explain this. Oh, no. You're being accused again. By him. Again. Ah, and you agree with his accusation, do you? Oh, baby. Let's hold a proper trial, shall we? Christoph Gavin, your testimony, please. I'd be delighted. The charges against you are quite severe, Mr. Gavin. You are suspected of the poisoning of the defendant Veramisham. Please testify on this matter to the court. God, it's gonna be airtight. Oh, I hate this. Poisoning Vera. Owning the same nail polish does not a murderer make. I have been in solitary confinement for half a year. How could I poison her? Her father died of the same poison, the meaning of which should be clear. The prosecution's case holds. She poisoned her father, then attempted to poison herself. Surely you aren't going to suggest I was responsible for poisoning her father, too. Wonder if it's time yet. Well, I'm afraid the defense's claim is sounding rather unlikely. Naturally. For one, I don't even know the Mishams. Isn't that so, Mr. Justice? Very well. Mr. Justice, begin your cross-examination. I'm accusing Christoph Gavin, my ex-boss, again. But I know he poisoned the Mishams. The question is, when could he have done it? Poisoned your goldfish! Oh my god, not to mention why. Oh boy. Oh my god, is it time? I'm not gonna do the bracelet yet. I'm gonna press on everything. Oh my god, it might be time. For the one thing about this game that I remembered more than anything, that I've been looking forward to since we started. Oh my god. Okay. Everybody be calm. Tell me, is this nail polish expensive? Ariadone is a nail polish of the highest order. Not only is it fabulously expensive, but it is made in extremely limited quantities. And you and Vera just happen to both use it? That can't be a coincidence. Objection! I'm guessing it's not a coincidence. Huh? It's simple. Ariadone is the best nail polish one can buy, correct? Then, if one wanted the best nail polish, one would buy it. That makes sense. Why, it's a bit like my feelings towards my brand name gavel here. And my silk top hat. Are we all done showing off our refined tastes? Please continue with your tasteful testimony. Hold it! Can't you still make contact with the outside world in solitary? Objection! Ah, so he had an accomplice on the outside. Is this your latest accusation? I am allowed a certain modicum of letter writing. Objection! but the contents of those letters are closely checked. It would be extremely difficult to send a hit request. Prosecutor Gavin's on the warpath, isn't he? Yeah, you think so too, Trucy. I bet I know why. He must be nervous with Big Brother watching. And maybe that's a weakness I can turn to my advantage. Are we cool with that? May I continue? Oh, baby. The defendant is not dead yet. There are no known cases of someone surviving atroquinine poisoning. You seem to know a lot about atroquinine. I know a lot about a lot of things, which is why I suggest we pick up the pace. Or else you'll be short one defendant for what she's worth. The witness will refrain from speaking ill of the ill. My apologies. Shall I continue? Vera had no reason to want to commit suicide. And also, who would commit suicide by doing their nails? Objection! The answer's quite simple. Basically, allow me to explain. Beginning with, why did she do it? Oh god. Oh no. Oh, is someone a younger sibling who is not fond of their older sibling. Oh no. The way he just fucking cut him off and started immediately talking over him. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Ugh, I hate this. The answer's quite simple. She couldn't live with her own guilt. Next, why did she use nail polish to poison herself? This too is simple, so she could die doing something that she liked. It's not even a good explanation, something that she liked. Once she saw that the trial wasn't going her way, she knew she would die. And it's not easy to bring poison into a courtroom. Must I explain further? I believe that's clear enough. Crystal clear. Wow, the two brothers together is like a two-man wrecking team. They could use a little more teamwork, though. This is the line. I'm gonna press it first. Both Vera and Mr. Misham were poisoned with atroquinine. That really can't be a coincidence. Objection! The defense is repeating fallacious statements based on conjecture. The prosecution requests concrete, unambiguous proof of the witness's crime. Objection sustained. The defense will please present concrete proof. Does Prosecutor Gavin seem strange to you too? It's like he's all grown up. I think that's how prosecutors are supposed to be, actually. Though he's acting different than usual. I'll bet it has a lot to do with his brother Kristoff being in the room. Well, let's make this testimony count, Apollo. Right, quick and painless. A bracelet should do the trick. Okay, I'm questioning my ex-boss. His testimony seems watertight, but he's lying. I'm sure I'll be able to see something, as long as I focus. Oh boy, oh boy. Do you remember, denizens of the chat room, ladies and gentlemen of the court, do you remember how when Vera was passing out from mild atroquinine poisoning, she mentioned that the client who gave her the client, she said her client was the devil. Tell me, chat. You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight? You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight? Gotcha! God, it's so stupid. I love it. All these years, I have remembered that fucking hand. Oh, it's so stupid. I love it. This incredibly, obviously evil man. He does the fucking anime glasses push, and when he does, the tendons on the back of his hand, along with a random scar that he has, form a skull. God, it's so fucking stupid. I love it. I love this fucking game. Oh, it's so good. It was you who killed Drew Misham. A bluff worthy of your new mentor, Mr. Wright. Oh, really? But you see, I saw it. Right when you said, her father too. Your hand tensed unnaturally, and a little devil appeared to give me the news. And let's assume for the sake of argument that you saw me being tense. What does that mean? Are all tense witnesses guilty? And tell me, was Drew Misham fond of nail polish too? Sorry, but there's more than one way to poison a man. You don't need nail polish to get to someone's mouth. Normally, you wouldn't need nail polish at all to get to someone's mouth. Normally, that's the opposite of where you want the nail polish to go. Then I must be very talented indeed. You see, Drew Misham was killed on October 6th, while I was already in my solitary confinement cell at Central Prison. If that's not an alibi, then I don't know what is. But you found a way all the same. And I found it too. Ooh, that's a new face. Maybe it's not, but it feels like a new face. This is how you poison Mr. Misham. Probably this one. No? The other one? My. Damn it. No, it's the stamp. Shit, damn it. Yeah, fuck, shit. I'm sorry. I do know the answer. It was the stamp. I just thought with the letter, it's... What about this? What? Do I need to present the stamp itself? I need to present the actual stamp, don't I? Fuck you. Those should have worked. Those should have worked. At the very least, the frame should have worked. Whatever. You know that I know video game. I'm sure this commemorative stamp requires no introduction. The night Mr. Misham died, he was seen writing a letter. Anthraquinine was found on this stamp, Mr. Gavin. So am I to understand this stamp was the murder weapon? Yes, you are. Oh, and yes, the stamp was found in your prison cell. Gotta keep the hair pristine. That is all, Your Honor. Order. Poison on the back of that stamp. Yes, we established this. After Drew Misham was killed, someone paid a visit to this witness's cell. Phoenix Wright. Daddy? That's when he found the stamp. You made Drew Misham write you a letter. That's how you killed him. What? My. You've upset my poor brother to the point of uselessness. Fuck you. God, fuck you. Allow me to clarify this matter, Justice. All you need do is recall witness Spark Brushell's testimony. Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in the envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching his desk drawer for something. His desk drawer? Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamp, end quote. He was looking for a stamp. Ergo, he had no intention of using this stamp. What are you getting at? What I'm arriving at is that this commemorative stamp was in a frame. It was mere coincidence that he used it that night. That would seem to be the case. Or perhaps you mean to suggest that I can somehow manipulate coincidence. He does have a point. How would this witness know if the victim was going to use that stamp? Without that, he couldn't have planned the murder. I feel like the fact that he sent the stamp is intent to kill, right? Like, that's enough to prove intent at the very least. Like, if you pour someone a drink with poison in it, and you give them that drink, that's intention to kill, even if they never drink the drink. I guess intent isn't fucking whatever. Yeah, and an attempt. Whatever. What? Really, Clavier? You should be seeing through these weak-spined bluffs by now. Oh, honey. He's right, though. How could anyone have known Mr. Misham would use that stamp that night? Least of all Christoph Gavin locked away in his cell. Well, it seems that the defense has run out of things to say. You assume he had something to say in the first place. I believe the defense's bluff has been called. The defense's bluff. I'm not sure I agree with you there, Christoph. Clavier. Honestly, I wanted to believe you. But the defense wasn't trying to get away with a bluff. You were, Christoph. Yes! Yes! Get him! Get him! What are you saying, Prosecutor Gavin? Hair forehead. Yeah? What was your accusation again? Huh? Oh, it was that this poison stamp killed Drew Misham. Yeah. To which my brother responded thusly. There was no way to know when Misham would use the stamp. Yes, that's right, which is why it couldn't have been planned. Tell me, it needs to be planned. Why? Why couldn't it have been a coincidence? The defense's case is simply that Drew Misham died by that stamp. That's all. Coincidence. Christoph, you tried to slip out from under his accusation by changing the subject. If that's not bluffing, what is it? Get him! What are you up to, Clavier? I could ask you the same question, Christoph. I silenced the defense with the fewest words possible. It's called efficiency. But Mr. Gavin, that's impermissible testimony. Very well. I shall take his claim head on then. Justice. What? You accuse me of Drew Misham's murder, yes? Then allow me to ask you, what possible reason could I have to kill a painter? Apollo, motive! He's talking about a motive! Indeed. It's hard to see how an attorney could come to want to kill a painter. Now here's something. Why didn't he bring up the motive from the very beginning? Unless he was afraid it was a battle he might lose. So, what does it mean? It means there might be a weak spot. Maybe I have some evidence to prove a motive. Motive for murder. This is a vital, if not the most vital element in this case. Please consider this when making your statement. I'd say it's about this vital. Hey, thanks. That's pretty vital. Well, Mr. Justice? Clavier, you're supposed to be helping me. I mean, you're not supposed to be helping me out here, but I'm helping you overcome familial trauma. I'm helping you. I'm going through with this no matter what. Understood, Your Honor. I'd like to present evidence. I would love nothing more than to present some evidence right now. And let's see what you have for us. What reason did Chris McCavan have for wanting to murder Misham? Hey, can I... hang on. There's an address on here, and a name I've never heard of. At least I think so. It's too blurry to read. Thanks. This stamp, it's of the Grammaries, isn't it? Why did Mr. Wright give me this letter right before the trial? What could it mean? Apollo... I can't read the letter that's inside, can I? I sure can't. Well... Is it just... Is it just the page? Oh, we just saved. Take that? Take that! Christoph Gavin's motive becomes clear when we consider why the stamp came to Drew Misham's studio in the first place. Oh, thank you, I will hydrate. And why was that? Forgery, Your Honor. Go back 7 years. Drew Misham accepts his first job creating forged evidence. I've seen that before. A page from a diary, wasn't it? Magnifi Grammary's diary. Yeah, thanks. It does say Magnifi Grammary on the bottom. Ah, when attorney Phoenix Wright lost his badge, yes. This was the evidence he presented to his loss. This evidence is a fake, yes. But did Mr. Wright request the forgery be made? That was never proven. Objection! The defense attorney on that case was Phoenix Wright. Who, other than him, drunk with the prospect of victory, could have done it? And why would they? Just out of curiosity, do you remember this letter? This is the first page. And this is the second. Those were presented in court yesterday. This letter was sent to Drew Misham by the client who requested that forgery. The enclosed stamp was none other than the poisoned commemorative stamp. Drew Misham drew his last breath just the other day. However, the motive for his murder was already 7 years old. 7 years old. The client who requested this forgery was very cautious. He tried to erase anything and anyone with connections to the forgery, to keep them from talking. But he made a mistake. He kissed a snake. How many doctors did it take? The stamp was a picture of my favorite magicians, so I kept it. Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much. The killer's time bomb was delayed. The poison stamp was sealed within a glass frame, where it sat for 7 whole years. Forehead, yeah? Do you understand what you're telling us? Yeah, probably. The one who schemed up the forged diary page was the one who poisoned the stamp. And it was Phoenix Wright who presented the forged evidence 7 years ago. Adding the two statements together, the one who schemed to kill Drew Misham was none other than Phoenix Wright. Objection! Sorry, but that's not how this is gonna go down. Oh, then how will it go down? I checked through the records on that case when I found this. 7 years ago, just before the trial began.
Oh boy. Here.
What's this?
I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair.
And one more thing. I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly. I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Oh, your previous attorney, huh? A defense attorney? I understand I'm asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards. And that was enough. Phoenix Wright was put on the case the day before the trial started. He didn't have time to request a forgery. The day before? Now here's a question. Just who was Shady Enigmar's previous defense attorney? No, this can't all be. Oh, but it is. But it is all true, I wrote this game. There was another man, a defense attorney with a badge on his collar. It was you, Christoph Gavin! Order, order, order. What is the meaning of this, witness? I mean, defendant, or former lawyer. Let me begin by denying this. Objection! It's easy enough to look up, Mr. Gavin, and impossible to prove if you can't. Attorneys are registered with the court the day before the trial begins. In other words, no record remains in the court. How exactly did you intend to prove Phoenix Wright's claim? That would be difficult. I'm afraid this line of inquiry won't yield. Objection! Hair forehead. Yeah? Are you sure you don't have evidence? Huh? What's wrong with Prosecutor Gavin? He looks clammy. Evidence. Evidence that shows this man, Christoph Gavin, requested that forgery 7 years ago. Clavier. Just prove it. Oh, honey. Oh, no. Clear up these doubts now, or I swear I'm off this case. He must have thought of some evidence, Apollo. Prosecutor Gavin looks like he's in physical pain. That darkness. No! I have to pull that darkness out of him, and proof is the only way I can. What proves Christoph Gavin's link to Drew Misham? Well, Mr. Justice, you claim Christoph Gavin requested a forgery of Drew Misham 7 years ago. Prove it. It can be proven. I guess. Simply ridiculous. Why even discuss it? This evidence does not. Objection! Are you telling the truth, Apollo Justice? I am. Then I say we give him the benefit of the doubt. Very well, but if you're wrong about this, be prepared for a penalty. Objection! Fuck you! You can't object! Your Honor, you do the defense an injustice. Mr. Justice is clearly passionate about his claim. Should the penalty not match his passion? I haven't given a penalty like that in a long time. Well, Mr. Justice? Fine, Your Honor. All I have to prove is any kind of link. Something that ties Christoph Gavin to Drew Misham. And I have something that clearly does the job. Clearly. I definitely do. Very well, Mr. Justice, present your evidence. Show us the link between our witness and Drew Misham. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Oh geez. Is it? Is it this easy? It was found in his cell. So we don't have the letter that was inside. But is it this easy? Is it this easy? Are you sure? Take that! This evidence proves there's a link!
Objection!
scrap of paper. I'm afraid I can't let you submit that. Is there some problem? There is. How could you possibly have that? You couldn't. He's calling out our time heisting. Hey, that's Daddy's handwriting. God fucking... Phoenix! Mr. Wright's handwriting, what is the meaning of this? Phoenix! Oh, I see now. Yes, of course. What do you mean, of course? I just remembered I had a visitor yesterday. Phoenix Wright came to my cell, except I wasn't there. Phoenix Wright. When I returned, I saw he had something of mine in his possession. Of course, I had no intention of letting him get away with reading my private mail. Mail? You mean this letter was in your cell? Wait, hang on. Did he just admit that even though this one isn't real, there is a real one in his cell? Was that the ploy? Was that the game? No. Damn it! However, it appears Mr. Wright has yet to be cured of his bad forging habit. Well, if it's a forgery, it's not a very good one. The handwriting's terrible. This is Mr. Wright's reproduction of what was written in the real letter. Ah, reproduction. When Mr. Wright visited Christoph Gavin's cell, he brought with him a small video camera. What? Oh, that's definitely a new face. Look at those winkles! He recorded his entire conversation with you, Mr. Gavin, and the contents of your personal mail. That's probably illegal, but regardless, this mockery of a piece of evidence will never be accepted by the court. Evidence based on a video a man with no authority whatsoever claims he took. A man who happens to be an ex-attorney suspected of forgery. Prosecutor Gavin. Honey. Prosecutor Gavin? As embarrassing as this is for me to say, I'm afraid my brother is incapable of making rational judgments at the moment. Your Honor, your decision, please. Fuck you. Fuck you, I hate you. The defense's claim is denied. What? Only actual evidence is permitted in a court of law. Please remove the defense's evidence from the record. Better luck next time, Justice. Fuck. Well, we've certainly taken a detour from our cross-examination, but the defense appears to be lacking proof. I'm forced to end the cross-examination of Christoph Gavin at this point. Apollo, do something! I'm thinking, but without evidence. I don't have anything I can use on him. Very well, this ends the special witness's cross-examination. Objection! Darling? The show's over, yet the crowd screams for more. Only now do I understand why. Prosecutor Gavin? Frankly, I'm relieved. This has been bothering me for 7 whole years. And I'm tired of the whole youthful angst scene. Now's our chance. Let's clean out the family closet, eh, Christoph? Get his ass! Clavier, you're spinning out of control. Calm yourself before you say something you'll regret. Spinning out of whose control? Mine or yours? Take a moment to consider everything you've built. Your reputation as a prosecutor, your fame with the masses. You could lose it all, Clavier. Apollo, did you see that? He's trying to press Prosecutor Gavin. Prosecutor Gavin, try to remember what's really important to you. You amuse me, Herr Forehead. I couldn't forget what's really important to me, even if I tried. Huh? Thank you, R10. In fact, I haven't. Not even once. 7 years ago. Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Hairite? Resist what? Presenting solid evidence? Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. State your name and occupation for the record. I'm familiar with the trial. I've watched the video several times. There was a video? Didn't you find anything unnatural about it? Unnatural? Well, you did seem unusually well prepared. I mean, Mr. Wright had only just presented his evidence. And the next moment you call in Drew Misham. It was almost as if... Almost as if what? Funny, it didn't even occur to me to wonder. But now that I do, I see there's only one possible explanation. Almost as if, from the very beginning, you knew Mr. Wright was going to present that evidence. Well, yeah, he said it. He said the prosecution's office got a tip. Ah! Correct. I knew that if I applied the usual pressure, Phoenix Wright would eventually come up with that forged diary page. Don't do this, Clavier. I knew because you told me, Kristoff. What? It was the night before the trial. Clavier. Kristoff. Odd seeing you at the prosecutor's office the day before the trial. Oh my god! Holy shit, this art. Hang on, wait. I need to take this in for a second. God, look at him. He's such a baby. Oh, he's precious. Ah, I won't be appearing in the trial, actually. Huh, why not? I won't be facing off with you on your first trial, apparently. But in exchange, I brought information. Information? The attorney who will be there in my place tomorrow is not to be trusted. Don't even give him the benefit of your respect. Listen, I want you to call in a special witness. Then... I wondered about it at the time. How did Kristoff know so much? Prosecutor Gavin. Kristoff. We were supposed to face each other in that trial. A fair fight, brother to brother. I deserved that much. Brother! Sorry. You let me borrow the victim's belongings. You showed me all your research on the case. The victim's belongings? Which would have included Magnifie's diary, wouldn't it? Mr. Gavin. My, Clavier. You disappoint me. You find trees, yet miss the forest. You're the one missing the forest, Mr. Gavin. You can't sweep this under the rug. Not anymore. Tell me what was going on behind that trial. Why not? I've achieved what I came here to do. I see no harm in a little reminiscing. Paulo, I think we're finally gonna shine a light on the black belly of this thing, Trucy. We've done everything we could. I hope it's enough. 7 years ago, the day before the trial, I visited the detention center at the request of my client, Zach Gramery. 2 cards. 1 card. Showdown time. Enough. You lose, Gavin. Thanks for the work. Now go. To be honest, I don't know what his reasons were to this day. As far as I could tell, he dismissed me as his representation because I lost in a game of poker. I can come to no other conclusion. Daddy used to say something. If you want to know a man, you have to compete. Zach wasn't watching his points or the cards. He was watching the man behind the cards, Christoph Gavin. I couldn't believe it. Phoenix Wright, a second-rate attorney who relies on luck and bluffs. He dismissed me and went with that pitiful excuse for a man. He deserved to die for that error alone. Hold it! So the one who requested that forgery was... Oh, I'm not admitting to anything. My point is, these two men shamed me, and I could not forgive that. Phoenix Wright and Zach Gramery both deserved what they got. So you asked Mr. Misham to forge that evidence, so you could win. But then, when you were dismissed as Zach Gramery's attorney, you used your forged evidence as a trap. You fed me information about the forgery you made. Then you gave your dirty evidence to him. You're free to imagine what you will. My point is that all I had imagined came to pass. Everything went perfectly. Incredible. If I wasn't laughing, I'd weep. Prosecutor Gavin? Perfectly. You're mad, Christoph. Stop fooling yourself. What are you talking about, Clavier? Tell me, how did that trial end? Cancelled when the defendant vanished. Ah, I get it. So, Christoph, you've been living in fear for 7 years. What? You were afraid your forgery would be revealed and your reputation trashed. You couldn't leave things to chance. So you watched everyone involved with the case for 7 years. You know, he always felt like he was being watched. That's what he said, every day for 7 years. But I felt it too. Journalists sure he's being watched. End quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gramery got rubbed out after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me? Wait just a minute. Zach Gramery was seen by this reporter? How is that possible? Was he alive after being gone 7 years? Finally. I knew this moment was coming. I just didn't think we'd get here so fast. Sorry in advance, Trucy. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Oh, honey girl, I'm so sorry. Zach Gramery gone missing for 7 years. Trucy's father. What's wrong, Apollo? Go get him! Right, leave it to me. Oh, I'm so sorry. Allow me to refresh the court's memory. 6 months ago, Christoph Gavin was charged with murdering a mysterious traveler. I remember him quite well. Shady Smith, was it? Poisoned in a Chinese restaurant. Tragic. No. The details don't really matter right now. What matters is that traveler was Zach Gramery. What is it, Apollo? Huh? Keep going! We'll talk about it later. Okay. Did she already know? Oh. Well then, someone please explain this. Mr. Justice, can you explain this? It all started 7 years ago. The great magician Magnifi Gramery's death started it. Magnifi Gramery's death and his student Zach Gramery the suspect. Whoever defended Zach in court successfully would be famous beyond belief. Thinking that, Christoph Gavin did the unthinkable. He forged evidence. Drew Misham? Actually, it was his daughter, Vera, who really did the work. You took precautions when you had that forgery made. Didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Precautions? To keep people from talking, of course. These two know too much. Leave them alive and there'll be nothing but trouble. That's when you planned your poisoning of the forgers. Atraquinine. applied to a commemorative stamp. But luck was on Mr. Misham's side. The bomb didn't go off. His daughter. She saved him by taking the stamp. I see! But that wasn't the only bomb he set up. The Ariadne nail polish, of course. You noticed something when you requested that forgery. When Vera Misham is nervous, she has a bad habit. A tendency to bite her nails. And get up and stretch with the get up and stretch time. Ah! 1 second. I might... but... I need to refill my water, but we're so in the thick of it though. Fine, I will run to the kitchen and refill my water. The tension will continue to build while I'm gone.
I'll cut a bloody path.
Hi, Deathhound. How are you? I'm back. Ah! That nail polish was her good luck charm. She was almost kidnapped once. Since then, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refuses to leave the house.
That person gave me a good luck charm for when I absolutely had to go outside. It protects me.
Yes, apparently she received something, a gift. She won't tell me what it was. It was from that client, the one who wanted that note made. It was his insurance. Insurance? As long as she lived quietly at home, there was no danger to her. But what if she had to go outside? If she ran into any trouble, she'd become nervous, and the nail polish would do the rest. His time bomb sat there for 7 years, and then they went off almost simultaneously. If you're finished. Hello, Matthew. May I return to my cell now? I'm not accustomed to standing for such long periods of time. Mr. Gavin! Have you heard a single thing we've said? Oh, I listened quite closely to your little tale. Quite an entertaining piece of fiction. What? Clavier? Surely you understand. We're back to the evidence. The lacking evidence. Nothing proves a link between him and the atroquinine that took Drew Misham's life.
Objection!
What about the restaurant? You killed Zach Gramery to keep him from talking. I killed no man of that name. Read over the report again if you like. The victim was a traveler by the name of Slim Shady, about whom we know little else. You can't seriously think I knew he was that particular fugitive.
Objection!
Okay, then why did you kill him? I plead my right to remain silent. Remember, this court did not convene to put me on trial. The defendant's name is Vera Misham, suspected in the murder of her father. My trial's been finished for 6 months now. I'm afraid we have strayed considerably from our purpose here. This court concurs with the witness. It is defendant Vera Misham who is on trial here.
No! But you were doing so well, Apollo.
As long as there is no evidence to support the accusation against him, this course of inquiry cannot find Vera Misham innocent.
Objection!
Your Honor, Phoenix Wright spent 7 years collecting this evidence.
Objection!
Shut up. You don't get to object. You still don't get it, do you? Huh? Let us assume there was poison in the nail polish. Who then was responsible for causing Vera Misham to bite her nails? Fuck you! Oh, fuck you! What? It wasn't me, I know that much. Fuck you! You noticed a pattern and you capitalized on it. Fuck you. That's the same as saying, like, oh, this person walks the same route to work every single day. If they just happened to, I don't know, slip on a banana peel that I placed in their path, well, that's their fault for walking that path. Fuck you! Fuck you! The one who brought that poison to her lips was you. What? Evidence is everything. There is nothing more. I believe this discussion has reached its conclusion. Your Honor, Mr. Justice, you have performed admirably well for a novice attorney. Fuck you for a novice. I respect your partner Phoenix Wright's determination as well. However, without direct proof, you have nothing. Isn't that right, Clavier? Unfortunately, yes, Christophe, you're right. That is, you would have been right until now. What? Did the news not reach your desk in solitary? The eyes of the nation are on this courtroom today. This is the trial case for a new judicial system. Oh yeah, did we forget? That's right! I totally forgotten! We're smart. The jurist system! Jurists, you say? The current judicial system has been deemed too closed off from society. This new system attempts to inject the wisdom of common citizens into the law. Common citizens? Wisdom? Is this some kind of a joke? What could we possibly gain by doing this? Entrusting our judicial system to a mindless, emotional mob of irrational mouth breathers? Whoa! Whoa! Rude! That'll win you a lot of points with the jury, motherfucker. Common citizens have something called common sense. Common sense is not restricted by the law. Nonsense. Woo! Oh, look at him go. Oh, he's falling apart. Nonsense. There is only room for two in this court, me and the law. Keep the riffraff out! Out, I say! They're not in the court, actually. Oh god! Ah! I feel very perceived right now! Ah! I hate this! No, stop looking at me! Ah! Oh, they're looking at me! Oh, I hate this! Ah! Oh no! Oh no! Front-facing Apollo is real and can hurt me. Ah! Oh no! Oh. I hate it here. Hi. Hello, Clavier. I hate it here. They're not in the court, they're watching it from a video camera. God, get me away from here. Ah! Oh, I hated that. Oh, that sucked. Oh, I hated that. Ugh. How can you allow this? Incidentally, the one responsible for making this happen was Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright. Oh boy. So, everything was leading to this. Of course. Right. 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 Oh, fuck! He's going Super Saiyan! I won't accept. I can't accept. This is no court. Law. The law is everything. Law is absolute. You'd let ignorant swine soil your courts. Oh, honey. We got a new pose. We have a new sprite. Kristoff, it's over. Clavier! The law is absolute. You can't be serious. What? Odd. I thought you spent your life looking for loopholes. The law isn't absolute. It's filled with contradictions. The law is the end product of many years of history, the fruit of human knowledge. Like a gem, polished to a gleam through trials and errors. It is this fruit we receive and pass on and face in our time. And it is always changing, growing. Nurturing it is our task as human beings. Except for you, Kristoff. You aren't changing. You've stopped. You're not needed anymore. I couldn't think of anything to say. Maybe because I still haven't seen enough. Still haven't seen enough? But someday, I'll know what law is. Oh, I see. I just in general. Gotcha. And I'll fight to change it if I have to. I see no need to further prolong this trial. This began as the trial of Vera Misham accused of murdering her father. The painter, Drew Misham. However, several other incidents were reviewed, and we seem to have reached a conclusion. Before this court declares a verdict, I await your decision. Yes, you watching at home. Jurists of the court. For the death of Drew Misham, how do you find the defendant, Vera Misham? Innocent or guilty? I turn to you now to consider this matter. Oh no, the bitrate. Oh no. Oh no. Are we okay? October 9th, 12:48 p.m., Jurists' Chambers. This ends the trial for this case. Only the verdict remains to be decided. Defendant Vera Misham is currently in intensive care. If a decision cannot be reached today, it may never be reached. The factors involved are simple. Did the defendant poison her father that night? If so, she is guilty. Or was there another reason for Mr. Misham's death? Did another person poison him? If so, she is innocent. A panel has been provided for each of you to input your decisions. That is all. Please, wait! Yes, jurist number 6. Mistrial. There's something in the jurist handbook here. Persons involved with the case may not be jurists. That is correct. I've looked into all your dossiers. None of you were involved with the development of the case. With the development of the case? I see. Does that answer your concern? It's time for your verdicts. Make your decision in the case against Vera Misham. Juror number 6 is sus. After 7 years, the truth is ready to be heard. Judge wisely, judge well. Oh. Oh, I can't save. Oh, I see. Guilty! And so a verdict was reached on October 9th, 2:14 p.m. The first verdict under the jurist system. A hung jury. The final verdict would have to wait for the following day. But fate had different plans. That night, defendant Vera Misham's condition worsened. She died in her hospital bed. Her verdict was postponed for eternity. We did it! We won! Anyway. It won't let me fast forward because we quote-unquote haven't seen this. And to think, a girl died and it was all Lamoire's fault. No, it wasn't me, it was Lamoire. She was the one who pressed the guilty button. Oh boy. Yes, yes, yes. It's fine. I got a Steam achievement for it. It was all worth it. Man. Honestly, it's their fault for not letting me save. I can't even save here. Oh boy. I mean, we can do the correct voice now.
Please, wait.
Yes, jurist number 6?
There's something in the jurist handbook here. Persons involved with the case may not be jurists.
I did cut a bloody path. With all your dossiers, none of you are involved with the development of the case.
With the development of the case. I see.
To answer your concern, it's time to vote. Who will be the next American Idol? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-wah. No, not again. I can't sit through all that text again. You know what, R10? That's fair. You must have heard that from a really smart person. And so a verdict was reached on October 9th, 2:14 p.m. The first verdict under the jurist system. Innocent by unanimous decision. The record will show that when the verdict was announced, special witness Christoph Gavin laughed. A laugh louder than any ever heard before or since. Oh God. A laugh that echoed in the halls of justice, lingering for what seemed like hours. How could I know if I poisoned the coffee exactly? October 10th, 8:30 a.m., the morning after the trial. In an intensive care ward, a true miracle occurred. Vera Misham opened her eyes. It's like she knew that she had been declared innocent by unanimous vote. October 10th, 10:12 a.m., Hickfield Clinic. We didn't want to draw a new background without all of these DVDs. Vera, I'm so glad Don't cry, Apollo. I'm happy too. And proud. You did well, Apollo. When I thought about, what if Vera... Hey now, don't you start crying too. Sorry you had to see us like this. Aww. Vera?
Thank you so much. Apollo, thank you.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pressed you like that. If I hadn't, you never would have bitten your nails.
No, I was wrong. Staying locked inside like that, clinging to my good luck charm.
Vera?
When I opened my eyes and saw you, I finally understood. It's important to be a part of the world.
Well, let's not get too carried away.
To see things with your own eyes.
Hang on. I don't know if that's the takeaway from all. Let's not get too carried away here. Hang on, wait. No. Don't you talk directly to me. No. That's not the takeaway from this. Looks like that poison had some effect after all. It killed off whatever was holding Vera back from life. I knew you'd pull through, Vera. I mean, that's what Apollo was fighting for the whole time. Your future.
I won't forget it. Here, let me thank you.
No, really, it's okay. Oh! Oh, look, it's me! Ah! So cute. So cute. I love it. Thanks. Is that me? It's, minimalist. She really captured your essence, Apollo. Well, I think so, at least.
That reminds me. Do you know where the other lawyer is?
The other lawyer? Oh, you mean Daddy. Except he's not a lawyer anymore.
It's my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant.
No, it's okay. I'm through looking away from the things I've done. I hope I can look him in the eyes again someday and apologize.
I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that.
He brought all those things for me when he came to visit earlier.
You mean that stack of videos? Mr. Wright finished watching them all? You know, I knew my real daddy was alive. Huh? I was there 7 years ago, remember? I was the one who helped him vanish from the courtroom. You did what? How? I'm not telling. He promised me that day he went away. We may not meet again for some time, Trucy. But know this, I will be watching, and one day I shall return. You're the next Grammary, after all. Oh, Trucy. In the end, he couldn't keep that promise, could he? It's okay. Phoenix is my daddy now, even if he can't really play the piano. You're taking this very well. That he can't. Oh, and I've got you too, even if your voice is kind of loud sometimes. Glad I made your list. Hey, come to think of it, where is Daddy? The one who can't play. Do you know Apollo? I think he said he had to meet someone. I wonder. Maybe it's a new mommy.
Oh, Trucy.
Yes, Vera?
I was wondering, could you show him to me once more? Sir Hat, was it?
Oh, he's not been knighted. Yet. Here goes. Do us an impersonation, Mr. Hat. Objection! Ahem. Yeah, woo, Mr. Hat! Mr. Hat! Not loud enough, and I like Miss Magic Underwear better anyway. That's Magic Panties, Apollo! So, your memory's returned.
Mr. Wright, was this all a part of your plan, too?
I don't know what you're talking about.
When I lost my memory, I was reborn as Lamoire. But you knew my true identity, did you not? That is why you chose me as one of your jurists.
Ah, you're thinking into it too much. Besides, there was no guarantee that regaining your memory would make you happy.
Of course, it is a happy thing. For so long, I thought I was alone. But now I know I have children, 2 dear children. I'm so proud of them. This, too, I think, is thanks to you.
Are you gonna tell them?
They do not know.
Nope. They don't know their mother. They don't even know their siblings.
I will go to them when the time is right. Until then,
Don't worry, I'll take care of them for you. They're very important to me too. A little annoying at times, but still. I have to keep an eye on her at least. Because I'm the only one who knows how she really feels on the inside. Oh no, the tears! Your bracelet.
Yes?
I've seen a lot of mysterious things these past 7 years. But your bracelets were the strangest of all. I remember meeting him half a year ago now in Christoph Gavin's office. God, she did always have her wrists covered, huh? Son of a... And then I met you. 2 fates destined to intertwine. And I was there when they crossed. Would you say that they're dual destinies? I'll never forget that.
Such a small thing, that bullet, yet it tore who I was away.
Hmm.
10 years ago, during a simple rehearsal.
Thank you.
It was a miracle no one died, but I didn't survive that accident. That is why I left the troupe, my family. Now my memory has returned. I am myself once more. For the first time, I am glad to be alive, Mr. Wright.
Oh. Speaking of miracles, Vera Misham regained consciousness this morning. I can only hope she's as glad as you are.
It is a strange thing, fate. Sometimes a life is taken, Sometimes a life is spared. You know what I've been thinking? People don't die that easily, really. Is that your takeaway, Phoenix? Is that people are hard to kill? As long as they've got something worth living for. Yeah, okay, sure. And that's pretty much the end of my story. For now, anyway. I've still got a long way to go in this power of mine. Well, it needs some work. This is auto text. But there's hope now. We'd lost it, but somehow we found it again. That's why people are smiling again. Hope. Yeah, I think I'll keep at this lawyer thing for a while. Oops, training time, gotta go. Cords of steel, here comes justice!
Objection!
Woo! We did it! Yay!
I'm glad you're staying with the agency, Apollo. It's like I found my long-lost big little brother. Oh, and don't you worry about Troop Grammary. Trucy's on the case. Now that I have this, thanks to Daddy. Trucy Grammary, frankly, I got my doubts, but Hat Grammary, now that'll pack 'em in.
Yeah, no, they just didn't care enough. It's not every day you get a child that rocks harder than one of our gigs, yeah? That's why it's over. The Gaviners are breaking up. The news caused a run on tissues at supermarkets nationwide. You're the real stars now. I look forward to our next jam session. Bye, Clavier. I love you. Mwah. Baby. I'm glad we got at least some of that familial trial worked out. Familial trauma. Well, it's finally over. You know, thinking about it. I've been a piano player longer than I was a lawyer. Now that everything's sorted and I've got time on my hands, maybe I'll take some lessons. Or maybe I'll take the bar exam. Again. I told you, Clavier is great. He's delightful. He's a baby. He's a darling boy. Oh, and that familial trauma. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. So, I was standing around eating snackoos the other day, when I got this crazy idea. What if they were golden? You could augment the crunch, or better yet, make them ding! Ah, the power of science. Although the preservatives might not be 100% safe. In unlikely event you are wanting Russian fish, come to Borscht Bowl Club. The only thing colder than a restaurant is borscht. Duh, but if greater challenge is being required, then come to the hideout. You know who to ask for. Thank you, Nero. Full-size cardboard Clavier. God, I can only imagine the Dockies. Ducky McCourt. The pillows. The body pillows. I can only imagine. So, Kataki Pastries is getting back to its eastern roots. Spread the culture and all. Yo, boss! Culture time! This is how we write root, capiche? But we're still about giving back to the people. Yo, boss! PR time! And this is how we write people, alright? Not that Wonky's paying any attention. Oh, kids. Zoe! Chinese characters on cake was a fly idea like 3,000 years ago, believe that. Man, you wanna make it today, you gotta keep it real, know what I'm saying? Yo, that's why I made the OG cracker for you can't say that. I know it don't look like you. We're just gonna move on. We're all going to collectively move on from what Walkie just said. I'm not taking any questions at this time. I don't know where all this talk about food's coming from. You ask me, there's only one food and that's noodles. Noodles forever. I got a new one too. See, this time I just put a big chunk of salt in the bowl. Why pretend? Eldoon's noodles is about the salt. Salt forever! Imagine. I mean, are there a lot? Oh god. My exceptionally inquisitive nature has won me unequivocal adoration in my department. You see, they used to call me Wesley Stinkler and Wesley Sticky Hands. But no longer. I have a new name, one that reflects my true academic nature. Wesley Sicko, reporting. Yes, curiosity is a sickness, and I am the cure. I don't think that's what they mean. I don't. You mean, was Walkie talking about his new culinary creation, the OG cracker? Yes, he was. Oh, I see. I mean, who wants to send me one?
I don't know how to thank you all for what you've done. Light has returned to my life, and with it, joy. I may have lost years, but I have gained a treasure. 2 treasures, in fact. I will think of them when I write my next song.
And the brooch was a diamond. It was all fucking there, huh? It was all there. Brushle, 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 brushle. Brushle here, back on the beat with another interview. Eh? How do I feel about how things turned out? No scoop yet, but journalist confidence in mint condition. And neuroses.
I've decided to keep painting, originals only, of course. I suppose I'll have to see a bit of the world outside to find what to paint. But I know there are good people out there now. I've met them.
Aww.
The door is open. The world is waiting. Thank you.
Cute. Shoo Takumi. There he is. Ah! Yeah! Cute! Yay! Adorable. Yay! Ah! Special bonus in the music and background. Come here. Ah! Let me see. Look. You want to? No, do not do that. Ah! So cute. It's a shame there's that weird empty spot on the far right, though. Don't know what that's about. But gosh, look at everyone. They're so cute. Adorable. And Apollo and Clavier standing next to each other. All is right with the world. Yeah, it must have been the wind. Yay! Precious. Absolutely adorable. Yay! But we did it! We did it. We all did it together. I'm thinking currently. I'm thinking if I want to just make it a short stream or if I want to switch over to something else. Because we're not starting Dual Destinies tonight. We're just not. It's not happening. And then, with the power of Mr. Hat. And the unrivaled beauty of Clavier Gavin. Completely unique to any other person in this world. There is no one who looks like Clavier Gavin. No one worth knowing. Boom, 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 boom. Delightful. Let me hang on. Let me get some thinking music going. Is this thinking music? No. Well, how about this one? That's technically thinking music. No, God, no more Guitar Serenade. Please, God, no, no more. Gotcha. You have to confirm the change. There. Thinking music. We're thinking. I don't know what I would switch to is the thing. Ooh. Ooh. Tell you what, I gotta go to the bathroom. Y'all jam, I will think. We'll reconvene. My problem with games like that is that... Hey, thanks. I'm never interested in growth just for the sake of it, you know? Like, I tried out, Supermarket Simulator, because of course I did. And, I started, you know, doing my little grocery store. And I got to a point where I was like, yeah, no, things are pretty reliable here. I've got a nice system going. I've got, you know, some solid income rolling in. And then I just didn't want to grow anymore because I know that the more I grow, the more stressful it'll be. Like, oh, I gotta manage this and then this and then this and just let me have my tiny little supermarket. My little bodega. But I suppose I could get behind a music rhythm game or something. Like a Project Diva Mega Mix Plus. Perhaps I could even reveal my project. Yeah, sure. Planet Crafter. That kind of sounds familiar, but I also feel like I might be thinking of something else. Either way, I could do some Project Diva. I can't guarantee any skill, but I can play it. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart the stream. I will intentionally split the VOD so that in the event that that one gets taken down on account of the music, the thrilling finale of A Palace Justice Queer Attorney will not also be taken down along with it. I think that is a very logical conclusion. So, yeah. Stand by for just one moment. If you're watching the VOD, either here on Twitch or in the future on YouTube, hello, future VOD viewer. This marks the end of A Palace Justice Queer Attorney. Stay tuned, or don't, I guess. I guess it's the end of the video. Well, it's fine! It's fine. Everything is fine here. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. Everybody pay